Hello and welcome to the Kundalini podcast. That was Zen. This is Tao. I'm Vivek Govik. This is episode 97. Namaste. So, I was just watching the previous episode that I posted earlier, episode 96, and one thing stuck in my mind about something that I have not discussed in detail, something that I have not talked about but has been an important and essential part of my awakening and everything that followed after that. And that is visualization and imagination. So, some of the things that I have touched on peripherally: mantras, Kashmir Shaivism, meditation, mindfulness, Bija mantras, which is the sounds associated with each petal of, every chakra and different sounds with every petal. There's more complexity, but the Bija mantras: Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Sham, Om. I got the sequence wrong in the previous video, so I thought I'd give the correct sequence to begin this video. But what I really want to talk about in this video, this episode, is the power of visualization and why I bring up the subject of the secret and manifesting through thinking your thoughts. And I've talked about it in other videos in the previous series, in the previous channel. By the way, please go and visit those previous videos as well. If you stumbled on this channel, it is very helpful to get your feedback. It gives me ideas to talk about. And any questions that you need answered, please leave me comments in the comment section. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel if you like it. Visualization came into my mind as something I was doing in the background for a long time in my life without ever thinking about it. I will visualize things and manifest them, but after that basic understanding, I had a Kundalini awakening. And with the Kundalini awakening came deeper awareness. Oh, this is how I should visualize and not this way. This is why I only get the craving for this thing, but not the actual fulfillment. I'm not visualizing the fulfilled part of something. So, for example, if you are preparing for an interview, a job interview, the more deeply you visualize how it's going to unfold and what you're going to do in every single stage of that presentation. Let's say there's a presentation phase where you have to give a presentation, a talk on something. Then people interview you and you've been given an itinerary, a certain sequence, a certain cascade of events that will follow that day. And you prepare for every eventuality, not just by doing the work of your presentation, practicing that, but visualizing, watching people sitting there. There will be 4 people. Okay, they will be talking this, this, and this. They will be asking me these questions. That strengthens your intent, your focus, and your resolve going into the next day. It is very easy to lose your calm, to be nervous, to have that build up in the lead up to the interview that next day. But if you have prepared the day before and set up an activating mechanism saying, oh, if I say this word or these 4 words, I will remember my entire talk. And whatever those 4 words might be. A trigger mechanism. It's like a pre-shot routine in golf. A pre-shot routine is some mental mechanism you use to bring about focus into that moment so that you can play that shot with the least amount of bothersome thoughts and emotions, etc., making some chaos in your mind, make it come true. Instead, you have a routine of 3-4 steps that you do repeatedly, exactly the same steps. And if you have trained well, like the mechanisms I have described before, catching the bus, there is a different mindset. I let go of the past. I put focused intent into the journey on my commute. As I get off, I thank God for the commute that I just got, a peaceful rest. And now I'm focused and ready for the next part, which is going to work, maybe on the way picking up breakfast or a cup of coffee. In the same way, if you're doing that for a shot approaching the shot, going to the ball and hitting it, before that you have 2-3 steps where you release something and focus your mind, clear of all other thoughts. And because you have been doing it over and over again, it becomes a habit. In the same way, having that same approach to other things in life. And that path goes through visualization. So the best outcomes I got was not when I'm looking at my own actions, hesitation, maybe a little trembling, maybe a little clenching, clutching feeling before I play that shot because of people around me. No, my visualization takes me to where the ball is headed. Be the ball, as they say. It sounds like a cliched sports zen term, but it really is everything. Be the ball. You're seeing a bird's eye view from the ball's point of view as how it's going to soar up, where it's going to land, and how much it's going to roll. That's one visualization you have to do and have in your mind as your primary focus before you start walking towards the tee. Already, you have disconnected yourself from your physical reality, its discomforts, and gone ahead. And that outcome is going to train your muscles. Now you're telling your muscles, I want that outcome. How do I get there? Then you click the next stage of whatever you do. Waggle, one swing, a couple of steps taken towards the ball, looking at the ball, focusing, whatever that trigger might be. Now you're in the next stage. Now you're completely grounded. Next thing you're visualizing is your muscles, how relaxed they are, how grooved your swing is. You visualize your body making that swing in a certain pattern. And then you give a trigger signal to your body and the swing happens. Now, whatever outcome happens is going to be influenced as positively as possible because you put in the effort. You took the steps and you made that pre-shot routine count for releasing something from the past. Again, this is my pre-shot routine visualization that I'm explaining for the sake of this video. As an example, you may have other ways of approaching this, but mine is you step up to the tee, you're removing all thoughts of your physical environment and visualizing where the ball goes. And when you're addressing the ball, then you're bringing yourself back into a grounded reality. You've given yourself a gap from your previous moment of reality with your friends, buddies, just hanging out, talking, to stepping up to the tee. And you've, as if you have stepped from one stage to the next or peeled off a curtain and stepped into another zone. Okay, whatever works for you, but it comes with a visualization in your mind's eye that then strengthens the outcome that much more. Okay, I cannot emphasize enough how important visualization has been for everything I have achieved since the Kundalini process. And then reading books like The Secret made it even stronger, the practice even stronger. A few tips that I have gained on the path that I'd like to share. Number one, always ask in the present moment. Say, I am, and visualize whatever it is that you want. If you want that interview, if you want that job, imagine yourself giving that presentation, wowing people, they're all impressed. You answered all their questions. You're beaming with pride at your performance. They're happy. And it looks like you've made a great impression on them. Then you go to the interview part of it and you start visualizing and focusing on each one of those things. What questions could be asked? What could I answer? How would I answer it? Read a few books, prep books, etc. All of that makes it absolutely certain that you're at least not going to fail hopelessly. You have levels that you have already accessed in a pre-interview preparation mode. That's going to help you, obviously. The more you do it with visualizations and imagining that outcome, the better that the chance of that coming into your life will be. More important, you will avoid the possibility of wasting so much passion, so much visualization on the wrong things which bring about the worst outcomes. Craving is the worst way. Saying I already have it and imagining it like kids do is the best way. The worst way is to keep craving, pining, asking God, oh, may I have this? It's just the craving that stays with that intention that is sent out to the universe. And it brings back more of that. It thinks that you want that state of mind that you just acted out. It wants that state of mind so that the right message is sent, encoded and sent. And that comes from the right passions, the right emotions being with you at the time of visualization, which is, fulfillment. Got the job. First day showing up at work. Talking to my friends and saying, hey, I got a job. Negotiating the pay package, being at the job, doing it well. All of those visualizations are only going to add to the possibility of a better outcome for yourself through your own actions. Instead, sometimes what we do is we dwell on the negative. Every single thing that you feared would not happen and went through shaky, whatever exams, whatever tests in life, and you came out at the other end. And none of the negative things that you imagined actually happened. We should at least half the times bring our mind to think about, what if nothing goes wrong? What if everything goes perfectly well because I've prepared in this way? That's why preparation and visualization are key. Asking in the present tense as if it's already fulfilled is key. Now, that doesn't mean you get cocky and go with expectations. Don't go with expectations. Just an alertness, self-confidence, and knowing that those actions there on the spot, while you're in that crunch moment, will make great things happen. Knowing that about yourself and knowing that you have the confidence to bring about great things. Remember all of your past triumphs and how you pulled something out when you faced a similar crunch time. And because of that, the preparation, the pre-shot routine, visualization all kicks in on that day. You don't choose the path of self-sabotage. You choose the path of success. You move forward with confidence. You get the interview done. You did your job. Now you should have a routine of walking out of there. Now again, don't plague yourself with thoughts of lack, failure, misery. Oh, that one thing messed up. No, 5 things that I did right and 1 thing I messed up. So what? And walk away clear. Because the next day, likelihood of that person calling you again for an interview or second interview or something good is great. On the next day, if you're not tense, if you're not anxious, if you're not desperate sounding and all shook up by that interview experience, you're going to sound relaxed, calm. The same person that did all the things right is going to show up, likelihood. Carry that cascade forward. Good interview, good phone call afterwards. I sent letters to everyone thanking them. I did my part. What else can I do? Educated myself on a couple of things. Did follow up. Shows professionalism. You're in that mindset. Again, you have allowed one more thing, one more step not to sabotage you through preparation. So it builds up like a cascade. When you prepare well, empty your mind, focus, visualize, bring about that outcome while leaving, tying up loose ends, again staying in that same mode. If you missed on something, correcting it in a follow-up, how to be subtle about it, and having that same confidence and relaxed attitude carry forward after the interview. All of this can be achieved through visualization and preparation. So this was just an example of an interview. But I thought I'd talk about visualization. It's an important part of what I have done. How to do it right, to visualize things in the present tense as if they're already fulfilled, not to visualize craving, desperation. It's the feeling that gets sent out to the universe, and that's what gets manifest. And knowing that your other mechanism, which is doing a daily cleansing, meditation, mindfulness, helps with this other visualization that you're doing. This is an experiment in biology. This is an experiment in physics. How to keep myself even keel, cleansed every day is biology. And the next thing you're doing is physics. You're using metaphysics and bringing about the right outcomes in your life. And the path to that is through visualization and the mastery of your mind set on positive things through your own efforts. I hope that was helpful. This is Vivek Govekar signing off. Peace, love, blessings. Be well.